Let me, now that we're in the questioning period, begin with questions to you. And let me ask you more specifically about the interrogation of Abu Zubaydah. Again, reminding you not to divulge any information that is non-classified. You were present. Indeed, you were one of the first, if not the first, interrogators present when Abu Zubaydah was brought into custody for the first time outside of Pakistan, correct?
Yes, sir.
And your testimony indicates that within the first hour of your interrogation of him, you had gained important actionable intelligence. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
At that point, his condition was such that you indicated that we had to take him to a hospital or he would die. But at the hospital, you continued your questioning. And it was during your questioning of him at the hospital that you elicited information regarding the previously unknown role of Khalid Sheikh Mohammed as the mastermind of the 9/11 attacks.
Correct, sir.
One of the more significant pieces of intelligence information we've ever obtained in the war on terror, correct?
It's one of them, yes, sir.
And all of this happened before the CIA CTC team and the private contractors arrived, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then they arrived, and immediately you say on the instructions of the contractor, harsh techniques were introduced, which did not produce results as Abu Zubaydah shut down and stopped talking, correct?
Correct, sir.
And with that happening, you knew he had good information. He had shut down under the harsh techniques, and so you again were given control of the interrogation, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you used the same techniques you had originally, which were within the Army Field Manual.
Yes, sir. It's me, another FBI agent who was with me, and a top CIA interrogator. So the interrogation team was a combination between FBI and CIA, and all of us had the same opinion that contradicted with the contractor.
And in this third interview, the one, or series of interviews anyway, but one before the hospital, one in the hospital, and then one after the first round of harsh interrogation when you were brought back, was in the second round, pursuant to appropriate tactics, that Abu Zubaydah disclosed the details of Jose Padilla, the so-called dirty bomber, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then, again, the contractor reasserted himself and began re-implementing harsh techniques. And again, Abu Zubaydah shut down and stopped producing information. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And once again, you were brought back in to interrogate him. Now it was more difficult because some of these harsh techniques had been applied and his resistance was increased. But eventually, you succeeded and you re-engaged again. But at that point, the contractor took over and began stepping up the notches of his experiment to the point where you protested to your superiors in the FBI that this was becoming inappropriate, illegal. I believe you even threatened to arrest somebody if you were to stay there, correct?
Yes, sir. My description was borderline torture.
And at that point, your participation in his interrogation ended.
Yes, we were asked by Director Mueller to leave the facility.
So when you look at the Office of Legal Counsel opinion of May 30th, 2005, on page 10, here's what the Office of Legal Counsel said was the fact. Interrogations of Zubaydah, again, once enhanced techniques were employed, furnished detailed information regarding al-Qaeda's organizational structure, key operatives, and modus operandi, and identified KSM as the mastermind of the September 11th attacks. You've informed us that Zubaydah also provided significant information on two operatives, including Jose Padilla, who planned to build and detonate a dirty bomb in the Washington, D.C. area, end quote. From your position at the actual interrogation of Abu Zubaydah, You know that statement not to be true.
Yes, sir.
On September 6, 2006, President Bush stated the following. Within months of September 11, 2001, we captured a man named Abu Zubaydah. We believe that Zubaydah was a senior terrorist leader and a trusted associate of Osama bin Laden. Zubaydah was severely wounded during the firefight that brought him into custody, and he survived only because of the medical care arranged by the CIA. After he recovered, Zubaydah was defiant and evasive. He declared his hatred of America. During questioning, he at first disclosed what he thought was nominal information, and then stopped all cooperation. We knew that Zubaydah had more information that could save innocent lives, but he stopped talking. As his questioning proceeded, it became clear that Zubaydah had received training on how to resist interrogation, and so the CIA used an alternative set of procedures. Does that statement by the President accurately reflect the interrogation of Abu Zubaydah?
Well, the environment that he's talking about, yes, it reflects, he was injured and he needed medical care. But I think the President, my own personal opinion here, based on my recollection, he was told probably half-truth.
And repeated a half-truth, obviously. His statement as presented does not conform with what you know to be the case from your experience on hand.
Yes, sir.
I'm over my time. Senator Gray.